Leaders have really been honing in on this use of local currency to move away from the reliance on the dollar. I wonder, as somebody who sits on top of a massive conglomerate, what would that do for a company like Vedanta if you were to trade in something other than the dollar?
Yeah, this is the great move in the world. You know, what is happening, the total dollar domination will come down. The BRICS has taken that lead to make sure how we can trade to even within the BRICS country and other country. And that will happen. The way I can see it, not going to happen 100%, but it's going to start. It's going to start. Russia is ready to trade for the oil on the local currency. I'm sure other South Africa will be very comfortable. They have to see the balance because Russia and China will dominate in this. So other country to have the same, it has to be 60-70% at least trade-off.
So then what specific currencies do you think would benefit your company? And what's the timeline you think for sort of moving away from trading just with the dollar?
It's already started. India has started in the rupee trade, in the rupee. And I have a feeling that everybody was cooperating, everybody was thinking. And I have a feeling it is not a one-day job, but gradually in few years' time, lot of things will happen where 30-40% dependency on the dollar will come down.
And I mentioned you're here as part of the BRICS Business Council. You had a meeting yesterday. What came about? Because a lot of people believe this is just about statements and declarations. I mean, what's some tangible outcomes that you had yesterday?
This is not correct. Prime Minister Modi was very clear that he is going to be $5 trillion economy. He has today, the world has a flavor of India. Is everybody would like to be connected with India. Is the largest democracy in the world. The government is a red carpet, not red tapeism, and is amazing the investment opportunity India has. Same thing. I was very impressed with the Lula. The way he was talking about investment into the infrastructure, he was inviting everybody to come and invest. China was a little bit defensive, but they were there.
Defensive about what specifically?
Because the way the world is talking about, and they were saying that we are very fair, we are above the board, we are looking for the investment, but that was, what they have done in last 10 years is very, very different. And I could see the Russian President Putin was very forthcoming. He was talking about the sanction, that a lot of sanctions are there. And even the people are getting influence in Africa, not taking their materials. So, very interesting. I think the BRICS summit will be better than G7. And 30 countries want to join BRICS.
Well, and I want to talk to you because you mentioned China, and your company is really reliant and focused on what is happening in China, specifically because of the commodities that are imported there. Can you talk about, we've seen a bit of swings with a lot of the key commodities for your company. What is your expectation over the next few months? I mean, there's a lot of concern about the sluggish recovery that China's having. What's your outlook, especially considering what we heard yesterday from the Chinese Commerce Minister?
No, there's a huge, I think I'm very bullish on the commodities, whether it's oil and gas, copper, zinc, iron ore, anything you talk about. The demand is there. Not new productions are coming. So India is rich in the minerals and the oil and gas. China definitely a little bit slow down, but so many other countries. You see the Brazil, the way they're talking about. That you see the India. You're talking about so many new countries are coming. The entire Middle East. Is coming around, and they want to be. So there's not going to be any slowdown into the natural resource sector.
So you don't see further weakness down the road?
Absolutely no.
And let's just talk about you're meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi right after this. Your company, Vedanta, has had a bit of a negative outlook specifically. You've been trying to shore up some finances for your own chip project. What is the message that you're going to convey to him when you meet with him? Are you going to ask for more finances?
Vedanta is a 1.5% GDP of the country. You know, anything we took over, we are in every commodity. We are in oil, largest in oil and gas. In India, we produce copper, we produce largest aluminum, we produce largest zinc, we produce largest silver, ferroalloys. Anything you talk about in technology, we are optical fiber, system integration. We are putting up the largest, one of the best semiconductor and the glass company in India. And this is Prime Minister Modi's vision, to make sure, because that is tomorrow's oil. And they have selected me to do it. I'm sure it is not a smooth ride. And we have to go through this process. But we are fully committed. Vedanta is the company which is the largest taxpayer company in India, employ 100,000 people. We have a business in 5 African countries. We have a business in Zambia.
But do you think then the downgrades that you've received recently are unfair, especially considering what you're saying?
They have to do what they have to do. But I can tell you there may be so many factors. But we all have to, developing country has to go through this. You know, when we used to go to in a train, when they will say, no, please don't come in. So once we are part of $5 trillion economy, when this BRICS country are moving forward, there will be some headwind, and we have to take this. But as far as these countries are concerned, they are going to be developed country. They are going to be there, and Vedanta is the only company in India which so much diversified in natural resource. Also into the technology. So I have built this company, and I'm looking this company to be there for 500 years.
So you'll be speaking to Narendra Modi about this specifically?
We meet him all the time. We are there. We are his full supporter, and we are there, and there is no question. And we are here to... when I came here in 1918, he asked me, we have a strong relationship because of Mahatma Gandhi, because he started his movement here. Can we make an investment here? And trust me, instantly I said, I'm going to invest $1 billion. And we invested that money. We are the largest investor in South Africa, where everybody was going away. We invested $1 billion, giving 5,000 employment in the area where nobody will go, in a really in desert area.
And then just finally, because we have to wrap up here, do you have any plans in the pipeline to restructure the company anymore, to sell any more of non-essential assets at this point in time?
Yeah, this will go on. We are looking.
Looking at what specifically?
Some of the steel sector. Vedanta will remain either number 1, number 2, number 3. Or get out of the business.
Okay, and what's the timeline for restructuring? Are you looking at 2023 or?
Yeah, this year something will happen. We'll raise $7-8 billion by selling this asset.
Okay.
So we are looking for that.